you've been married over 30 years.
31 years, yeah.
31 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
To the same woman.
Same. Well, you got. That's a very important fact.
It's about 28 and a half years longer than most rock and roll marriages. I think.
What? You're right. What's the average marriage for someone that's in a band?
About a year and a half, 2 years.
Really?
Probably, yeah.
I mean, you've probably seen so many
Oh yeah.
divorces.
I've seen them come and go.
Divorced girlfriends here, gone, wives, multiple wives.
Oh yeah. That's not for me. Yeah.
I know.
So,
Buzz.
I like being married. It's good.
Buzz from the Melvins, thank you for being here. I'm honored.
Thank you. We're rolling?
Yeah, we're rolling. Yeah, chugging.
Okay.
Cool.
Awesome.
So I guess
Thank you.
Another follow-up question is, how do you do that?
Do what?
How do
Marriage?
how do you stay married for? So for you, it's probably, okay, she can sit through all these John Huston movies with you.
Mostly. Yeah.
That's
Mostly.
probably how you knew, right?
There's a wide variety of things. I mean, women that are willing to put up with what I do for a living and myself, they don't grow on trees. So if you find one that's willing to do that, you probably should make it work if you're interested in being married at all.
Yeah.
I am. It's the only time I've ever been married, and same with my wife, so it's good. So far, so good. I mean, you don't live in in each other's pockets. I was very attracted to the idea that she had her own life and didn't need me at all. So that was good.
So both of you were like independent.
Yeah, she's very independent and strong, and that's what I like. So it's good.
Yeah.
I mean, we depend on each other for lots of stuff, but I think that I mean, when it just relationships are give and take, but in order to make it work long term, you have to kind of just be willing to roll with the punches, whatever it is, and understand that you have something that's really good, and that you don't want to ruin it. Don't do anything that's going to be a divorceable offense.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not interested in looking further. I don't think the grass is greener. I don't.
It's not. It's not greener. It's just different, and people think it's greener, right?
Yeah, no interest in that.
Man.
None at all. So I like being where I'm at, what I'm doing, who I'm with. All those things I think amount to a lot to me, and I take it very seriously, and I'm very interested in it, and how it lays out and how it changes. And, I mean, the pandemic was the longest period of time that we'd ever spent together unbroken, because I always went on tour.
Oh, yeah.
So it was like 2 years we were together, and we realized in that 2 years, we get along really great.
After what? I think you're probably married at that point.
28 years.
28 years at
some
some point.
Yeah, we get along great. No problem at all. So it was we enjoy each other's company, and it's fun, and we both have really super dark senses of humor. And
yeah. How'd you guys meet?
Mutual friends.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think that the sense of humor is a good one. It's a big part of it, and a lot of it is not necessarily PC humor.
Yeah. Well, Buzz.
But it's called humor.
That's the best humor, though.
Yeah, I think.
If you want to get,
it doesn't bother me.
No. If you want to get any point across, when you put in a little humor, dude, that's what opens people up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
So we can laugh at
You laugh at anything.
kids getting hurt in movies and stuff like that.
Okay, so what are the? Okay, so I've been with my girlfriend for 5 years, and
Solid amount of time.
solid. I think 5 years is a nice. Okay, this is like a real relationship. So what's like the? Obviously, I want a future. I want to be married and kids. But what have you seen out on the road? That, okay, this is what broke up that couple. What's the don'ts?
Drugs, alcohol, infidelity, those things.
Top three is it?
Yep. There's a good thing that Bukowski said in Barfly. When I drink, I move in the wrong direction.
Oh, wow.
That's a scene.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think Jim Morrison said it too. He goes, every time you take a drink, you never know where you're going to end up. So each drink adds to that. So,
Yeah.
You might make the wrong decisions and along those lines. And
Yeah.
but whatever. I mean, ultimately, I think people can do whatever they want to. It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
But when it comes to that kind of stuff in my own life, I'm very old-fashioned. So
Yeah. And you...
I like traditional values at home, and
Yeah.
I really believe in the commitment and
Commitment.
honoring, the relationship, and
Yeah.
all those kinds of things.
And you stopped... When you stop drinking?
Oh, I haven't done anything like that in 30 plus years.
Yeah, so that's
Long
a
time.
big one.
Yeah, but I mean, I had a girlfriend before that for 7 years.
That was probably a disaster.
Yeah, but I mean, but I was like, at
JC,
the end of that,
your copy? Thanks, man.
at the end of that, I was like, I'm going to be single for a while. I'm not going to,
I did this.
I don't want to do it. I don't want to be around. And then within 9 months, I was married. So
9 months? You serious?
9 months later, I was married.
So-
So I wasn't looking for it at all.
So you said it in your head. Okay, this was this is what it was. Thank you. If you want any coffee, no, boom.
You don't want to get coffee. I'll go crazy.
Yeah, dude. What, Buzz? We want you to go crazy here, dude.
No, I don't drink any caffeine. Nothing.
Okay, so
Can't handle it.
so previous relationship was she got the alcohol version of Buzz, right?
Well, to some degree, but I mean that wasn't what the problem was. I mean, but I was not interested in looking for a girlfriend or being in a relationship at all. So that was my headspace, and
Okay.
and then I ended up married within 9 months. So it was not part of the plan. But when something falls in your lap that's that obvious, you should probably be wise enough to pick it up.
Yeah. You probably had the first date and like I can see myself getting married to this person.
I knew really quickly. Really quickly.
It's hard to put in, Buzz. It's hard to put into words. Like when you have like the first date or at least first couple of dates, you just know, and you can't put words. What do you know? You just know.
Yeah. Well, one thing I
right?
liked was she had a job.
Okay, a job. Okay.
Broke chicks are the easiest ones to get.
I never thought about it that way.
You want to find somebody who's got a job. J-O-B. Doesn't need you.
Yeah.
She's on her own, does her own thing, And then, and sometimes that job can be somebody wants to be a mom or something like that,
Yeah.
And that's fine. And those are totally honorable things to do. We never wanted to have kids, but find a woman that has a job. To me, if you're unemployed, that's in the no column.
Especially when there's no kids involved.
No, yeah, you got to have a job.
Yeah.
I'm not running a welfare office over here.
Because then they'll just be at home and like, what's Buzz doing? And just freaking.
Just
being
can't
pissed.
stand that. I could never stand that.
Yeah.
If I can't trust you, I don't want to be in the relationship. So I have to think about things along those lines. I don't even want to do it. Never.
So by the time you were married, you're already sober.
Yeah, I hadn't drank in a long time. So yeah. I mean, I've done all that kind of stuff, but it's not right for me. Eventually, for alcohol, it's like if I drink 2, I'll drink 20.
Yeah, because you were.
I know me.
Yeah,
I know me. So
yeah.
If I drank, I break out in felonies.
Yeah, because you mentioned that you're a violent drunk.
Mischievous. That's a good way.
Okay. I don't even.
I move
know.
in the wrong direction. How about
Yeah.
Just like Bukowski, move in the wrong direction. I think that was a line he wrote for Faye Dunaway said that in the Barfly movie. I don't know if you've seen Barfly.
No, I haven't.
Oh, you got to see it.
But I've been hearing about it.
Barfly's amazing, and then it's funny.
Yeah.
It's tragic but really funny, which I
Tragic.
think most of Bukowski's stuff is tragic but really funny too.
Did you ever try his writing process or no?
What do you mean?
Like when because he said like to write he like had to like do all these things before he even sat down and started to write. Correct?
Yeah, I'm sure. You have to do it. You have to make yourself do it.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I mean,
Yeah.
Writing's not easy. Nothing that's worth something is easy to do.
No.
Whether it's writing music or writing books or making movies or doing this podcast.
No.
It's not easy.
Yeah.
Would you call this easy?
No, it's extremely difficult.
Setting everything up, getting everything going, planning everything, making sure it's working.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a pain in the ass.
It's a big pain in the ass.
Right.
But you still do it though.
You still do it. That's
Why?
If it was easy, everybody would do it, and it wouldn't be worth anything.
Yeah.
Right. So
Tom Hanks says that in A League of Their Own.
I
Ever seen
didn't
that
see
movie?
that. No.
You never seen that movie? Oh, you got to see it.
Yeah.
Tom Hanks, Rosie O'Donnell. It's an amazing movie.
Is that the baseball one?
Yeah.
I never saw it. No.
It's like it's supposed to be hard. If it wasn't hard, everyone would do it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Especially pro sports. I mean, I think kids should be involved in stuff like that. I think sports are great things for kids to do. I loved playing sports. I just didn't like the people that played sports.
Yeah.
I still like playing sports.
Yeah.
Love it.
You got into golf, what, like 15 years ago?
Yeah, roughly. Yeah.
Oh, nice. How did you get into golfing?
Some rock and roll friends that I knew were doing it and invited me along. And then they all have since pretty much quit because it wasn't easy right away. And I just continued playing. So. And now I play as much as I can when I'm on tour. I don't play, so half the year I don't play at all.
Yeah.
So then when you get back, you play really badly,
Yeah.
and then you get back to a certain level that I feel pretty satisfied with.
God.
And then
It's sick, Buzz.
oh yeah, that was accidental right there.
Is it?
That was I just happened to be at the course, and it's a short par 3 course. It's not there anymore in L.A. And I got paired up with him. Believe it or not. And he goes, "Oh, let's get a picture." Okay, and kicked his ass too.
Did you?
Oh yeah,
Who is that? I can't see.
that's
that.
Fred Durst.
It's Fred Durst. I'm like, is that Fred Durst?
Yeah.
So what, you got randomly paired?
Yes, randomly. I don't know Fred Durst at all.
Oh my goodness!
No
dude.
idea who he is.
I didn't even know he played golf.
He didn't. I don't think he plays much. I could tell by the way he played.
You're fucking kicking
I
his
think
ass.
it's a short course. Oh, that's the last part. That's the last hole in one I had.
You had a hole in one?
I've had 9 hole in ones.
9? Yep, 9 hole in ones.
Yeah,
Do
that's the last one. That was the longest one I had. 170 yards at Roosevelt in L.A.
What is that for you? What is that, like a 5-iron?
I don't remember what I hit.
5
yeah,
irons?
maybe 5-iron. Do you golf?
Yes.
Oh,
I've been golfing since I was in diapers.
what's your handicap?
It's bad. Let's see. I'll shoot like a mid-90s.
Yeah, that's
So
better than most people.
what is that, 20 something?
Yeah, roughly.
18, 92, yeah,
18.
20. Yeah.
18. Yeah, I'm about an 8 or 9.
You're an 8 handicap, dude?
roughly. Yeah,
Oh my god.
it just fluctuates between 8 and 10. When I get back from tour, my handicap goes up because I'm
Oh,
playing like
shit,
crap.
dude.
So, roughly, I've had it down to as low as like 6. But then it goes back up to because it's definitely not like riding a bike.
No, it's not. It's not.
I'm not going to play again until June, and so when I get back, it's just going to be shit. I'm going to play like shit, So
Hey, Buzz, that's a yep. That's that's a decent swing.
that's not bad.
It's a decent.
I'm playing better now than I ever have. So I don't. There's a few things I don't like about that swing. I like that throw better. That's the thing you do right there. Now see, I'm swaying too much. I don't like the sway.
You know what? I've been. You learn a lot about your swing when you actually film it, because you don't really know when you're actually swinging. Like, oh, this feels good, but then someone films you, you're like, oh shit, I could improve that. That's fucking ugly.
Yeah, what I realized pretty quickly was that the drive is just the beginning of the nightmare.
Yeah.
You know,
How far is your drive?
somewhere between
250.
250 and 300. You know,
3. So
Roughly.
So you hit the 3.
I have, yeah, I can 290. You know, it's a good drive for me.
Dude, no, that's
Really
that's a well above
But,
average
if I can
drive
put a
buzz.
250 drive where I want it, I'm really happy with that. You know? I mean, look, on any given game of golf, you'll only use your driver 14 times out of 72 shots.
I never thought about that.
It's not much. They give you 2 putts on every single par. You know, every single hole they give you 2 putts. So they're telling you that's the hardest thing to do because they don't give you 2 of anything else.
Oh yeah, it's so we're talking like a par 4, get there in 4. So that's one drive, hopefully one shot on the green.
That's what they expect you to
putts.
do.
That's what.
And they give you 2 putts on every single hole.
Yeah.
So par 3, they expect you to put it on the green and putt twice for par. So they're telling you putting's harder than anything else because they give you 2.
I never thought about it that way.
Right. So that's once I started thinking about the game in that along those lines, backwards, because you'll only touch your driver maximum 14 times. That's it.
Yeah, out of
Par for putting is 36. If you do 2 every single hole, it's 36.
that's wow.
So if you can get your putting to not 3-putt, and then get your putting down into the 20s, you'll have way better rounds. That means you're getting up and down with 1 putts a lot.
Oh wow.
If you can't do that, you're never ever going to play good.
It's true.
No way. I heard Gary Player say this thing. He said if he takes an 18 handicap, a guy who's an 18 handicap, and he lets that guy hit his first 2 drives, 18 handicap or first 2 shots, and then Gary Player takes over, that guy immediately becomes a 6 handicap because of Gary's short game. But if they take Gary's first 2 shots, then the 18 handicap takes over, he remains at 18 handicap.
Oh my goodness, dude.
So it's all about the short. It's all about inside 150. You know,
Dude, all those golf cliches are real, man. Oh, you got to practice your short game, practice your chipping and putting.
chipping, putting, driving in that order, I think.
But the ego is like, oh, you got to practice your drive.
Well, yeah, but
Right?
you have to hit a decent drive. But you can hit. I beat guys that outdrive me by 60 yards all the time because they screw up once they get around the green.
Yeah,
If you 3-putt every green, I don't care if you hit it 400 yards.
I'm 3-putting most.
Then you're never ever going to do better. If you just concentrate on not 3-putting, your handicap will go down faster than anything else. Clearly, I don't know why people don't. if you work on inside of 6 feet,
Yeah.
just practice inside of 6 feet.
Those are the hardest putts, dude, because it's not
That's
far
where you got
away.
to practice inside from 6 feet in.
Okay.
There's no way your handicap's not going to go down. There's no chance. It has to. If you practice that, nobody ever practices it. Driving range will be full. Nobody's practicing putting. Nobody.
That is true. Just looking at the driving ranges, people practicing, and then you look at the putting green. No one's really on there.
Nobody. 2 guys, 1 guy. Oh, you have the whole thing to yourself. So if you hit 100 balls at the range, you should do 100 putts. You should go over and do 100 putts.
Dude, you're kind of blowing my mind now.
100 balls, 100 putts.
I've been doing this
And
backwards
chipping.
my whole life.
And chipping. Go over and hit, if you hit 100 balls in the range, I would say, at that course where I played with Fred Durst, that was a par 3 course. It's gone now. It was in Hollywood, or in the Valley.
Yeah, those are rare courses.
Gone.
They're all short.
All short, yeah. That's where I learned to golf, was that place. But
Oh, really?
there was a guy there who he would live near there, and he was practicing.
Yeah.
He was trying to get his tour card. So he would go over there and hit balls sometimes because it was really close to his. And he said that if he hit 100 balls, I got to talk. I'd see him there, when I'd go there and I'd talk to him. And I don't know whatever happened to him, but he said if he hit 100 balls, 80 of them were inside 150 yards shots. He'd do 5 or 6, 7 drives maybe, hit his 3-wood a few times, but 80% of it was inside 150 yards.
Wow.
That's what he's practicing. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, He goes, that's how I'm not going to do it with the driver.
Did he ever get his?
I don't know. I don't know whatever happened to him.
Oh shit. Dude.
I don't even know how close he was, but he was really good, and I would watch him practice, and he would talk about, what are you doing? He goes, oh man, 80% of what I do is inside 150 yards. So
There it is.
all those guys can hit the driver really well. All of them, all the pros.
Yeah.
Pretty well,
Yeah.
But the guy who has the lowest, I think it's the lowest score ever is
Isn't it 50?
Jim Furyk. Jim Furyk.
Jim Furyk?
And
Is
his
it-
drive was maybe 270. Max.
His drive's only 270. Jim Furyk?
Max, not even 300.
Yeah, the lowest score is 50,
Ever. 58.
58. Okay.
Yeah. 12 under on a par 70.
12 under on a par 70.
It's amazing.
Jim Furyk.
Insane.
He's a legend, dude.
Did not have a 300-yard drive, and he made millions and millions and millions of dollars playing golf. Couldn't hit the ball 300 yards. So there you go.
You're kind of blowing my mind right now, man.
Well, I mean, it's just what's the point of it's like I saw this thing with Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah.
And he goes, Hockey's about having the puck. It's not about playing defense. If I have the puck, you can't score. It's like, right. He goes, I couldn't play defense. If I have the puck, you can't score. So it's like in golf, it's like there's it's about getting it in the hole as fast as, it's as few shots as possible. It doesn't say how you do it. If you're on a 500-yard par 5, if you hit 420-yard shots, you're putting for par,
Damn,
125 yards, It's like, if you hit 125, you're on putting for par.
Holy crap.
Don't need,
I remember, who was it? I might butcher his name. David Duval. He was the other golfer. I was like, he was the one golfer I watched. It was all, he might shoot under 60.
Yeah, it's amazing.
What was it? David Duval?
I don't know.
Was that his name? Yeah, it was. Yeah.
I don't really follow golf, so
No, yeah.
Not really.
It's been a
bit,
while.
but-
I either wanted to play guitar. Luckily that worked out, but I tried out for the golf team, and it was a weird scene. So
yeah.
This was high school.
Yeah, I walked away from sports in junior high because I couldn't stand the people that played sports.
That was the thing.
But golf is a solitary thing. You don't need. It's not a team sport.
Yeah. Yeah.
You do it on your own.
Yeah. Fuck everybody, dude.
You're quiet. You're out there. You're concentrating the whole time. It's 3 hours. You're walking. I love it. It's my favorite thing. Obsessed with it when I'm not playing music. So, I mean, it's a good thing for me. Musicians are people of the great indoors. So it's a perfect thing for me to do. And like, I'll just go over, and I don't care about the courses. I mean, I play munis mostly and just stuff like that. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I don't want to belong to a country club. I hate those people. Love the courses, but I hate the people.
Yeah,
I don't want anything to do with them. So
yeah. It sucks because I hate it when you get, because I just want to either play by myself or play with my dad, but they always pair you up with like other like twosome or something.
I love doing that.
Oh, you do?
People I don't know. Yeah.
Oh shit! I hate
Just
it.
flip them out. They just who's this freak? And then you start kicking their ass out there, and then they shut up after about 3 holes.
Nice, dude. Nice.
So I'll just go to the course and just go put me with anybody. I don't care.
So
Play.
that's like your main hobby, right?
Yeah, I have
either
a lot
ripping
of hobbies, but that and photography are my 2 main ones.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Golf, it's perfect. Like getting musicians, like I said, they're people that are great indoors. Getting them outside, doing something like that where it's not tennis where you have to have somebody else. I can just go and do it whenever I want. If you just go as a single, you can get on almost any course, anytime.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to rely on somebody else. If I want to go play golf, I can go play golf. Just go. Just go to the course. Almost never make a tee time. Just show up.
You show up.
Who can I go with? It's like whoever.
You know what? You might.
And then
be,
some of my buddies make tee times on the weekends. And then I'll play with them. But I never make a tee time because I can never find people. I don't want to rely on. I have 4 spots, and then you have to fill it. Or you have to pay for it. Fuck that. I don't want to do it. And then people flake out, and
people always flake out. Yeah.
I don't want to do it. So
Yeah.
But I love it. I love playing it. When you're doing it, you're not thinking of anything else. I don't consider it like people go out there. It's like you're hanging out and drinking, and all people are doing all this crazy stuff, which is fine. That's if people want to do that, but that's not what I'm thinking about.
Yeah, just like I'm gonna pretend I'm John Daly.
John Daly's really good. He's an amazing player.
Yeah, just get fucked up.
I saw this thing with him where they were like, "What's your advice for guys that want to go? Guys trying to come up and be a pro?" And he said, "Don't miss a 3-foot putt."
That's great.
Because if you miss 3-foot putts, you're never going to make it. Not about hitting a 360-yard drive.
that.
Yeah, he goes, "Don't miss a 3-foot putt. You can't miss a 3-foot putt. If you're a pro, if you want to be pro, you can't miss a 3-foot putt."
That's kind of
exact opposite of what people would think.
It is. I mean, I'm 39 now, and I haven't thought about like the golf in that way ever. So now you kind of flip my brain. That kind of goes in line with what you mentioned, because people ask you like the cliche question, oh, you have any advice for upcoming bands? Or that question. But then you kind of said like, you compared it to the lottery, right?
I can't remember what It might be true. I mean, a lot of times they get my quotes wrong.
Yeah.
Online.
Well, because I think you said if you to have a chance to play music, at least in the lottery, like you have a chance.
Yeah,
Right?
at least in the lottery you have a chance.
Yeah, it was like come like in the
Music,
line with
you
that.
have almost no chance. Yeah.
It's almost no chance, dude.
Yeah, I would say that's the truth. You work really hard on it, but I mean, I don't know. You know, once I got to a point, it was in the late '80s where I realized I could make a living playing music, and I tried to do that as hard as I could. You know.
You never look back
No, not really.
because you started playing guitar when you were 18, so kind of later, right?
Yeah, later than most people.
Yeah.
But it took a long time. 7 years or something. From 8 years from the time I started to where I was making a living playing music.
7, 8
guess.
years, pretty standard.
Something like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Going hard too.
Yeah. But once I got to that point, I was like, okay, I'm going to try to make this work. So far, so good.
It's like, okay, well, all right, I'm 18. I'm gonna play music. I just heard the Sex Pistols and Flipper, and I want to do this. I just applied for a job at McDonald's and Burger King, and they both said no. So I guess I'm just gonna.
I always worked. I always had some kind of job. you
Yeah.
know? My parents never had any money, so
Yeah.
it was like if I wanted money, I had to earn. I think teenagers should work.
Yeah.
I think why wouldn't you want to work? I worked the whole time I went to high school. You know,
Did you really apply for McDonald's and Burger King, and then you got?
you got nothing. No, neither. But I always had other jobs. I worked at grocery stores and
Yeah.
restaurants. Last job I had was a pizza place in San Francisco. You know, but I always figured, why would you ever be broke? You can just go get a shitty job. Take any job. You know, there was a day in San Francisco when I moved to San Francisco. I had about $600 in my pocket, and the day came relatively quickly when I was like, I have to have a job today. Because I'm going to be broke. I'm not going to be able to pay rent. I'm not going to be able to do anything. So I'm going out and I'm taking the first job that come across. I don't care what it is.
Wow.
You know, and so I walked the streets in San Francisco and found a job at Mrs. Fields Cookies.
Mrs. Fields, they have great cookies, man.
Oh, they're too sweet. But I worked there for 8 weeks, and that saved my ass. You know, 'cause I would have been, I don't know what I would have done. You know?
Yeah.
That saved my ass.
How old were you when you moved out of Washington to
Early 20s.
Early 20s.
So I just went and took the job. Take the job. I don't give a shit.
Why?
You know?
Why'd you move? Because isn't Flipper from San Francisco?
Yeah. I didn't really want to live in Seattle, and I had my girlfriend at the time lived in San Francisco, so I was like, I'm gonna move down there.
Oh,
That was it. So
it's always
and
for a
plus-
female.
Yeah. Well, that was a big part of it, but but I didn't want to stay in the Northwest, you know. Anyway, so it was like kind of an excuse to just go, and so we went down there and started over, me and Dale, and
Yeah.
and then it worked out relatively quickly, you know, relatively. But we just got crappy jobs there too, you know. Pizza place, just stupid shit you can make money for. I mean, I just don't understand why you wouldn't work. Of course, take any job. Why
People are
would you do
lazy
it?
sometimes, dude.
Fuck that. That's insane.
I was a dishwasher for a while, and I would work Friday and Saturday nights. And the people I was working with would always try to rush it so they go out on a party. And I try to do it really slow. I'm like, hey, we can stay here longer, get paid extra hour or two. And everyone's just they just wanted to rush it. But I want to make sure the floor is perfect, and like
Yeah.
I kind of took that and put it into music. Just work your ass off.
I always thought if I'm at work, I should work. Just do work. That's what I do. You know,
Yeah.
I'm getting paid to work. I'm going to work.
How did
It was never goal breaking or anything like that. I
Yeah.
did my job and did as many hours as I could. I think the last round of work, I was working about 60 plus hours a week, you know, at the pizza place, and playing music
it's almost full time?
over full time. 40 hours a week is full time.
Oh yeah. Holy shit.
20 hours a week more than that, you know, doing 23, 24 days in a row and stuff like that, you know.
So you were either working or ripping.
Yep. Constant.
That was your life.
Go from work straight to rehearsal, wake up and go to work again, you know. It's okay.
Every day.
Yeah, pretty much. We didn't have anything else to do. You did your job. Now go play music and then see what happens. And I worked on it all the time. I still do. It's just I don't have a regular job. I still work on music all the time. Never stop. Like I record riffs on my phone. I was looking at it the other day. I've like right now at this point I have almost 700 riffs on my phone.
Nice. New ones.
Not all of them are good, you know. But you record maybe something, you'll think of something. You know?
Yeah.
But if I pick up a guitar, I'm always thinking in terms of playing, writing songs. Always.
Yeah, I heard Dale talk about how you always have songs. Like you were never a guy that had a writer's block. Like you always have songs and you always have records.
Yep, always. I got a new record now coming out soon called Thunderball with the original drummer Mike Dillard. We've done 2 albums. That's it right there. Thunderball.
Nice, dude.
We've released 2 songs so far. My favorite of the 2 is "Victory of the Pyramids." But my favorite on the album is a song called "Venus Blood." But
Venus Blood.
yeah,
Hell yeah.
it sounds like penis blood. It's actually Venus Blood. Yeah.
Venus
"Victory of the
Blood.
Pyramids" is the first one he did. That's about a 9-minute song.
9-minute song.
About, yeah, roughly. And then Venus Blood, though, is probably my favorite. But I play bass and guitar and sing on it, the whole thing. And then
Oh, sick.
Mike Dillard, the original drummer, plays drums. But he can't be a band member because he's family man back in the town we grew up in and is a union machinist. And so we did this. This is the 3rd record we've done together where we did a record, released this thing called Mangled Demos from 1983.
Yeah.
And so we go, let's do some shows. Let's play a few shows.
Yeah.
Line up his vacation time, play a few shows opening for the Melvins. And so while we were rehearsing that stuff, the early stuff, he goes, "Why don't we write some new songs?" I was like, "Oh, okay. I didn't think of that, you know." And so
Cassette tape, dude. It's sick.
I can't read what it says.
Rabbits Revenge.
Oh, yeah, some of those ended up on records. Most of those. I think
Snake
most of
Appeal.
yeah, most of those ended up on records.
Set
The
Me
rest
Straight.
some of that I don't even know what it is, but
Set Me
but,
Straight stay the same.
so I started writing songs. He's not like good at the really off time stuff, and so I wrote songs that he could do. I intentionally wrote songs I knew he could play.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So that was fun challenge. So it's the 3rd one, and I'm working on a new album now. We'll record at the end of the year, new one. We're back now on this tour. We're just last night was the first night on the Melvins Napalm Death Tour.
Sick.
With the Weed Eater opening. There it is. Sold out. Yeah, last night in San Diego.
Oh, nice.
But I'm working on, we have a Cody Willis. We played with him for a while with 2 drummers. And
Dude, I was going to ask you about that.
yeah, we got him back in the band. So we're going to do a new album by the end of the year with 2 drummers again. So looking forward to that.
I was watching a video of you guys play with 2 drummers live.
Yeah, it's great.
Is it?
Really love it.
Oh my God! It sounds like a nightmare.
Oh no, they're good. They're good players, so it's good to do.
Yeah, because with drums, like every hit has to be perfect for it to sound.
Yeah, well, they can pull it off. You know, it's worth the challenge. That they are doing something. I don't know where that is.
Dude.
Oh, that's in Fresno. I think that's in Fresno. Actually, I'm not sure where that is. Yeah, Fresno. Yeah. Yep. That was Cody. Yeah, Cody's really good. That's sound check. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, this is Evil New War God. What we do? I wrote this song and I was like, I want to have this this guitar break and then have drum solos between, you know.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Wow.
And Cody's left-handed, so they play into each other.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty funny. That song's fun to play.
It's kind of like
Yeah, see, they each have their own little solos.
So you thought about having a drum solo with 2 separate drummers?
Oh yeah, and then
You're a psycho, dude.
man.
That's just.
it has the breaks in between. It's like 1 2 3 1 1 2 1 1 2 3 1 1 2 1. You know, so you have to remember. But I love that kind of stuff.
That's
I love
cool.
practicing and figuring out how to do it, and you know, playing with guys that are good. That's always fun. That's its rehearsal. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard you talk about when you write riffs, it doesn't matter if it's even necessarily that good because you think about it in the context of the band.
Yeah, how it will work.
Yeah.
How would you do this?
Yeah.
How would I make this work? I know it's kind of good, but how would I make it better? You know? But I've written and recorded hundreds and hundreds of songs, so the whole idea is just trying to come up with something I hadn't really thought of before.
Yeah. Yeah. How do you make an uninteresting riff sound interesting?
Yeah, it's always a challenge, but I mean, you know,
What's the big?
it's what I do. I mean, I play
Yeah.
music, so writing music and playing live seems like I don't want to take a 2-year break. I hated the pandemic. I mean, I liked hanging out with my wife. That was fun, but
Yeah.
as far as like work, I don't even want to think about how much work I lost in that. It's fucking totally ridiculous. I don't want to do that. I know
Yeah.
people, we're going to take a break. What are you fucking talking about, a break? How do you take a break from your life? You know?
Yeah.
I said, what are you fucking talking about? My break is staying home and playing golf. You know, that's a break. I don't want to go anywhere. I'm gone all the time. You know?
And that's like, you know, a couple days or a week, and then you're kind of done. All right, let's go back out.
Well, you know, we'll do 80 to 120 shows a year and record albums in the meantime, you know? So that takes significant amount, 3 to 5 months of the year.
How many records are you guys in now?
I don't know, 30 something.
30 something.
Depending on what you consider an album, you know, some people go, well, you have this many albums. I go, well, I'll take your word for it. I guess you know.
Yeah.
They'll go, well, this isn't an album, or that's not an album. I don't know. I think it's somewhere high 30s, you know,
High 30s.
probably. Yeah. But it's ultimately, it's not. I mean, it's what I do. I don't understand why people don't. Especially, like, let's say you have some multi-millionaire band that their music has made them millions of dollars. Why wouldn't you make more music all the time? You have time to do it now.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you do it? What are you doing? Taking 10 years to do an album? What the fuck are you doing? You know?
I've always wondered that.
You'd
Like,
be able
what?
to do an album a year in 10 years or 2 albums. You guys have nothing else to do.
It's like the bands take long breaks. I'm like, what are you doing at home, dude?
I don't know, wasting time. It doesn't mean they're smart, you know? Just because they're successful. I mean, guys like Andy Warhol worked hard his whole life. He was constantly doing stuff. Just because he was rich didn't mean he stopped working, you know? And he basically invented how rock shows are, you know, presented today. There's a challenge for you. Reinvent how you view music, you know?
Andy, what is he? Is he a writer?
He's an artist.
Artist, okay. I saw artists. And
I would say arguably, yeah, he did write some books, but arguably I think he's to me, the greatest artist of the 20th century, you know?
Really?
I think. I would say his work ethic I would really take a lot of inspiration from him and how he operated. There's a thing he said that I really loved, which was
Andy
like,
Warhol.
make art, and then while people are trying to figure out whether they like it or not, make more art.
Oh,
Right. You know,
yeah.
just keep going. Let them worry about it. You know.
Yeah, because you don't listen to your own records.
Well, I do. What like this new album? I had it done last fall, right?
Yeah.
And I've listened to it up till about. Usually, what happens? I listen to it up till about the time they come out,
Yeah.
and then I've moved on. You know,
Gotta move on.
and then you release it out into the world, and you just kind of let people think what they want. I don't know. You know.
Yeah.
I've already moved on. I mean, I've moved on to thinking about what I'm doing next because that was 6 months ago. You know.
So once it's out, you're just already thinking about.
Oh, a long time ago. But so I'll make the record, master it,
Yeah.
have the mastered copy,
Yeah.
and then listen to that for a few months. Just okay, you know, I can enjoy that, and then I'm moving on to the next thing after a few months, and then it's goes out, and then the public hears it, you know. So I'm already over it.
Yeah, it's done. It's like, okay.
But you don't. I mean, you're gonna sit there and listen to your own music. It's like, you know.
Yeah, but you never like look back. You never like, what's the word I'm looking for? You never like look back. I'm gonna listen to this record slowly for the fact, like just reflect where you were.
Oh, I
at
do
the
that
time.
sometimes when we're gonna do an old song or something. But I'll listen to songs that I hadn't listened to in a long time, and like I'll remember like maybe something off Stag or something like that, and I'll go, I never was happy with how that came out. No.
Why?
Well, like certain songs on the record, I remember thinking, I don't know how to make this any better. You know?
Okay.
And then I'll go back and listen to it, 20 years plus later and go, why didn't I like this? It's fine.
It took you 20 years to.
I don't know.
to
Things
realize.
change. It's just like, I don't even remember what I didn't like. I remember not liking something about it.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was, Now I hear it and I go, it sounds fine to me. I don't know what the fuck I was talking about. Huh. Yeah. My wife does all of our graphic design too.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, it's sick.
That's her main gig. She was a graphic designer before I ever met her, so that was her main thing. She did the
That's awesome, man.
one of the most famous things she did was that social distortion skeleton. Mm-hmm. That's her design. Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah. There it is.
Oh, wow.
She didn't do that for them either. She did that as in the early '80s. She did that as a New Year's Eve card, and she knew those guys and gave one to Mike, and he was like, "Oh, can we use this?" He's like, "Yeah, go ahead."
Use this for our main fucking logo.
There it is. So that wasn't done. I've seen that on his tattoos so many times. Oh my God,
Dude, that seen
shitloads. You see your wife's art on people's arms
that's crazy.
all over the
huh?
world. Hundreds and hundreds I've seen. Hundreds and hundreds of times. I never say anything. I say, that's my wife's art. But it's a great design.
It is, and it was supposed to be a New Year's Eve card.
It was his New Year's. She still has the original silk screen she made.
Damn,
She still has it.
It's way bigger.
It's about this big.
Okay.
The picture,
Nice.
She made cards, silk screen cards,
Oh wow,
and she still has some of the cards, the original cards.
that's dope.
But she's great. So like with our art, since the whole time we've been together, she's done all of our record covers almost. Mm-hmm. And people like that, she's a pro. So you just let her do. I'll maybe have an idea for something, and I'll go, "How would you do this?"
Yeah,
she'll make it way better than I would have imagined it.
way better.
Yeah, always. And like she helped me because I was always loved taking pictures, and so she's helped me a lot with like we'll drive around town and just driving and looking at billboards and looking at things, and it's like, well, why does that billboard not work? Why does that one work? What's good about this? Why is this good? Mm-hmm. And then discuss what advertising is supposed to do, what pictures are supposed to do, how it's supposed to. Wow. Like a good ad, and I'm paraphrasing, of course, it draws you into a certain thing.
Yeah.
If you're trying to sell something, it draws you to that thing. And so like with our album covers, I don't want it to be a treasure hunt. I want you to look, you can read our logo, you can read our name from 20 feet away.
It's true.
I don't want people to not be able to find our band because we fucked up our art so bad they can't figure out what it is.
Yeah.
I want people to it's at the top. I want people to be able to see it, and I want it to look like it could be the quality of a Coca-Cola ad,
Yeah.
The same. And I want the most offensive thing about us to be how we sound, So I think it all plays into that. So we've discussed that at great length, all these kinds of things, how we make it work like that. That looks like it could be an ad for anything, It works really well. You see the band name, you see the art, you see the name of the record. The album, the name is at the top. Why is that?
Why?
Because when you're looking through record bins, it's at the top.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
Melvins, it's at the top. If it's sitting on a shelf, you can see it. You can that's smaller than an album, and you could read that from 30 feet away.
It's true.
It works. That's what's good about it. And so we've discussed that, and it just endlessly. All these different kinds of ideas of how we want things to work, why we want it to work.
That explains why all your record covers have your name at the very top.
That's
massive
part of
as
it.
Fuck.
That's most of it. Most of the time. There's a reason why it's like that. So she's helped me a lot, like with my photography and stuff like that, where I'll realize what's important about why is this a good picture, why, and I love photography, and so she also does. Yeah, there you go. There's a bunch of my pictures. Yeah.
Beautiful, man.
Instagram. Yeah, that's my only social media account. There's a Red Cross, guys. I took that picture of the Red Cross, and I took that picture in Sacramento when we were on tour, underneath this, in the backstage, underneath this horrible light. And I go, oh, I can make you guys look like the Queen album. You know? You know, just do this. And I took that with my iPhone, you know?
That's with your phone?
Yeah.
That looks like it. You took it with a fucking.
I took that with my
camera.
iPhone. One picture, click, that's it, and it looks great. I mean, people shit talk the iPhone. It's like, oh, you guys are crazy. A good photographer, it's not about the gear.
It's
you know?
it's
the
about the
guy.
photographer. Yeah.
As they say, it's not the Indian. It's not the arrow. It's the Indian. It's the Indian, not the arrow. It's like right. You know, Jimi Hendrix would have been good on any guitar.
Yeah.
You know, if you'd have given Man Ray any camera, he'd have been able to take you a good picture. You know, it's like I talk to guys. Professional photographers, you know, and I'll go, how much difference do you think today's gear would make for somebody like from the 30s, a photographer? And they're like, minimal. It would be minimal. They're good. They would be good no matter what.
No matter what.
I love that picture.
No
pissing.
It's like, is he pissing or puking?
Maybe.
Or both?
Maybe he's pissing. No peeing, yeah. That's at a golf
I
course.
see. Okay.
Go over there. Go over there.
Yeah,
you got to get this picture.
You hear a lot of great photographers like are actually the ones that are the quickest. They'll take like one or two shots and oh, it's done. I'm like, what? Are you serious? It's done?
There's my wife in the
That's cool, man.
in the shark jaws. Yeah.
Over 30 years, man.
Yeah.
Congrats, dude.
Oh, thanks.
You made it.
Yeah, well, as long as one of us doesn't lose our minds any more than we already have, you know. I mean, it's a good thing. I mean, it's a really good creative. We've worked together the whole time and done all kinds of stuff. I did a photography book called Rats. Yeah. And she designed the book, and so that's one of the things she does. And then that poster right there, that's for the Napalm Death Tour, new Napalm Death Tour, and those were silk screened at her house. And then she does that's a letterpress on the right, the Tres Cabrones. That's a letterpress one, and then the one on the left is a silk screen. You know. So it's great. No, that we use that image for the new tour too. So it's great.
That's dope.
So we have letterpress at our house, and we do that and silk screening too. That's small run stuff, and then she does all that stuff. So it's all very, very exciting.
That skull was sick, and the skeleton. I didn't know that. You see that thing everywhere, dude.
This social distortion thing.
It's that. It's
iconic.
It's iconic, man. That
was my dog.
And the doggy.
One of the dogs. That's Buster. Hey. He's 17 or 18 now.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Good boy. What a good boy. He's on the cover of my Rats book. I'm holding a rat over his head that he had killed, a dead rat. You know.
Sick.
Those dogs are vicious killers.
Are they?
Oh my God. I think the Jack Russell Pound for Pound. There it is. That's the book. There it is, right there.
Boom.
That's my photography book. There he is. That's a rat he killed at our house. He's hunted it all day in the backyard.
Dude, those small dogs are fucking
those
killers.
Particular dogs, I think pound for pound are the most vicious dogs on the planet.
Are they?
Pound for pound. Well, they're about 15 pounds. So what are you going to do? If
okay.
his brain was in an 80-pound pit bull body, you'd have to shoot it on sight. They'd be like Tasmanian devils, you know. But a 15-pound dog, you just pick him up. What are you going to do, bitch? You know? You're not fucking touching me. But their fangs are huge, and they're bred to be rat killers. You know?
Okay.
That's their thing. And so nothing excites a dog like that, the terrier, especially the Jack Russell. Nothing excites him more than killing all day long. That's all he wants to do. You read stuff online about those dogs, Jack Russells in general, which I think they're my favorite dog. They're amazing dogs. But it'll say stuff like in bold print, these dogs cannot be trusted around small animals.
Oh, it says that?
It cannot be. Yeah.
Oh my
so you know that going in. They will fucking kill whatever they can kill. You know?
Hey, Jay, can we type in what are the top 5 most dangerous dogs?
Well, they're not dangerous,
Yeah.
but I think pound for pound, they're vicious.
Yeah, just vicious.
But you know, what's a 15-pound dog going to do to you? If he was 70 pounds, it'd be a whole nother story. You know, like I would take, if I could put a Jack Russell's brain in a pit bull body.
Yeah, it will kill.
I'm
dead.
Be the most brutal dog on the planet ever.
I'm dead.
You know, they're way more vicious than those dogs. you
Yeah.
know? Oh yeah, but they're 15 pounds. It's like, you know, it's not like you're gonna. You know, I think pit bulls are really good dogs too, but
Yeah.
they're more of a liability. You know, they can maul somebody, you know, to death potentially. So
Yeah.
Jack Russell's not gonna maul you. Just kick him away. What are you gonna fucking do? You know.
Yeah.
But rats, rabbits, anything like that, oh my
Anything,
God,
yeah.
they're fucking done. You know, kill them instantly. But that's what they do. That's what they're bred to do.
Yeah.
So they're working dogs,
So Buzz,
hunters. You know,
it's killers, man. So you grew up in
see,
Montesano,
See?
right?
There it is.
Oh wow, that's a action shot.
fuck yeah,
That's full on action.
That's their whole deal. And they're the sweetest, smartest, most amazing dogs. I just love them. I love Jack Russells. You know, see, chasing something down, they fucking kill everything. They just want
Wow.
to kill everything.
It's kill.
Terriers, you know. Pit bulls are terriers too, you know.
I take it that you don't like cats.
Well, I don't mind cats.
Or you don't mind them? Okay.
It'd be difficult to have cats with dogs of that nature, you know. But I'm sure it could be done, but I don't think I would want to do it. You know, I don't have anything against cats. The dogs might have something against cats.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Look at him, killed it. You know, killed a fox. That's
Kill
fucking
the
crazy.
fox, dude. It's fucking twice its size.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, what the hell,
You know?
dude?
Yeah. But they're smart. They're so smart. Those dogs they're just brilliant dogs, you know, for dogs, you know. But I love dogs, and I can't imagine not having them. We've had dogs almost our whole relationship time we've been married, so a lot of them.
How many dogs do you guys have?
Right now we have 2. We've had as many
2.
as 4, you know,
4.
at once. And then we had a Jack Russell that lived to 21.
Mm.
You know, amazing. Yeah.
21, man. Yeah, 4 dogs. It's like they're more of like a handful.
It's a lot. It's a lot to deal with. But, you know,
Yeah.
I mean, my wife says something about the Jack Russells. She goes, who needs cable TV when you have Jack Russells? It's like,
Yeah.
right? You know, full-time job. They're always funny, always doing something, they love adventure, they love going with you, and they're just the best dogs, I think.
Yeah.
I think. But I like dogs in general, but I like labs and stuff like that too. But
Yeah.
Jack Russells, I think, are just a special dog. Oh, there he is. That's up at the observatory. That's our other dog. That's a Blackie. And he's younger.
dog.
He's about 6 or 7.
Nice. And doggy. And doggy.
Yep, he's great.
Yeah, but fucking killers, dude.
Oh, there he is. Yeah.
Killers, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
He's a American Hunt Terrier. He's not a Jack Russell, so he's not as smart as a Jack Russell. And you can kind of see the Jack Russell or other Jack Russell look at him like, you're so stupid. God, you're stupid. It's really funny. It's really funny. But he's American Hunt Terrier, and he's great. But just as maybe not quite as much of a hunter as the Jack Russells, but he's right in there. He wants to tear everything apart too.
Yeah.
He's about 15 pounds. So
Hell
we have
yeah,
two
dude.
15-pound dogs.
How far was it where you grew up and to Seattle? How far?
120 miles maybe. So
Yeah.
might as well have been a million miles.
Yeah. How do you say this?
Montesano.
Buzz? Montesano. Okay.
It was way out on the coast.
So you would drive that far and you would go there and just back and forth and get punk rock records, correct?
I bought my punk rock records through the mail. You know?
Oh, the mail.
Yeah, mail
Okay.
order. You know? And you never knew what. And that was in the 70s. I never knew what I was going to get. You know, just bought records by how the people looked online on in the magazines. You know, the Clash, the Sex Pistols. Oh, look at this. You know, and then there'd be little things you could order records, like from that advertise, like, you know, mail order. And so I would
Yeah.
give my mom money, and then she would write me a check, and then I would send away for these records, you know, and have no idea what I would get, like that. So, no, that's more of a record club, but there was ones where you could mail order records. You know, there's certain companies that would have lists of stuff you could buy, you know. And that's how I did it. So,
and that's how you found the Sex Pistols.
Sex Pistols, all the punk rock stuff, and then from the Sex Pistols did a cover of No Fun by the Stooges. So then I figured out about that. So it just kind of just moved along like that, you know.
Yeah.
Pretty interesting.
That's a legendary band,
But
man.
I was all by myself, and I didn't know anybody. Yeah, there it is. I didn't know anybody that that was into anything like that. And so I didn't have a very fun time in high school till I met the other guys. They were younger than me, actually, a year younger. So in my own class, I didn't really have any friends or anything like that.
Yeah, because you graduated in 82, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, but I didn't have any friends, like, as far as in my class. You know, so...
no friends.
No, not like that. And any girlfriends I had were always from out of the town I lived in. Couldn't handle it. Going to school with the people that I was... Yeah, so sort of like that.
Okay.
Sort of like that, but that's SST. But it was things like that. And they have them in magazines, and you could buy records, you know.
Yeah, because isn't
Or
like
they would send you... You'd buy a record, and they'd send you a list of other stuff, you know. If you could buy Bowie or whoever you wanted, you know. But I liked all that. I loved Aerosmith, Bowie, you know, Sex Pistols, Led Zeppelin, you know, all those. I never, even when I was into punk rock, I never stopped listening to bands like Led Zeppelin or Pink Floyd. And, you know, nobody told me it wasn't cool. So I did it anyway. You know?
Yeah, because I heard you mention you were at like a low point in your life, and then when you found like the Sex Pistols, they're like a big like.
Yeah, I loved it. I knew it was
Kinda
something
kicking the
new,
ass.
something different. You know.
Yeah.
Bowie was a bigger one.
Really.
Yeah, you know, listen to stuff like the Hunky Dory record, where it's like you know, songs like Quicksand. You know? There it is. Quicksand is
That's a fucking
the lyrics.
cover. That's a record cover.
What is it? Closer to the Golden Dawn. You know, immersed in Crowley's uniform. You know, he's talking about all this stuff I had no idea. The Golden Dawn. What the fuck is the Golden Dawn? Crowley. You know, and I got interested in all those kinds of things, and Himmler, you know, talks about all that in that song. And you're, you know, 8th grade listening to that, going, "What the fuck is this?" And that song in particular, I think, is extra special. You know, Quicksand. I think it's a fucking amazing song, and got my interest in a lot of those kinds of things. You know, 8th grade, 9th grade. You know,
What's it about?
well, you know, the first lyric is, "I'm closer to the Golden Dawn, immersed in Crowley's uniform." You know, the Golden Dawn is that satanic. Well, I guess it's like a sort of a satanic thing that Aleister Crowley was into. You know, you know? It's like, you know, it's right. The first line of the lyric. There it is. You know,
I'm closer to the gold.
Living in silence, I'm betraying Himmler's sacred realm of dream reality. Himmler, you know, the Nazi.
Oh shit.
Yeah, frightened by the total gold. Fucking lyrics are amazing. You know, garb. It's. I was really. Should I kiss a viper's fang? That's a fucking great line. You know, I was super influenced by all this stuff at a very young age. You know, and just I didn't know what he was talking about, but I knew I was interested in it. You know.
Yeah.
And more than anything else, that kind of clued me into the idea that there was a world outside of the world I was in. You know.
Yeah.
It's like, and once I got out of there, a small town like that, and I realized that I was more comfortable, you know?
Yeah. How? So with the music, how exactly did you get out of your small town?
Moved. Yeah, that was it.
Worked.
Yeah, worked and then moved. I left. After I graduated from high school, I was within a year we were recording stuff, and then I was traveling a lot. It's just like randomly or you know, like somebody not really having anywhere to go and working. But then within a few years after that, by 86, 87, I had moved to San Francisco full time. So it seemed like a long time, but it wasn't really that many years. You know?
Yeah, it seems like it was a quick.
Yeah, quick. Yeah. Never looked back. I got to San Francisco, and it was the first big city I ever lived in, and I was completely intrigued and enamored by it. You know, it was just fucking amazing. I loved it. Lived out in the Richmond district of San Francisco, out by the Golden Gate Bridge.
Oh, beautiful, man.
Totally great. And near Anton LaVey's house. Oh, he lived right out there. I think a house is torn down now, but at the time it was black black Victorian house with a chain link fence in front of it,
Beautiful.
with barbed wire on the top that pointed in.
Yeah.
It's like the barbed wire was designed to keep people in the house, not to keep people out of the house.
Okay.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh, dude, a black house looks creepy as fuck.
See,
dude.
it's got chain link fence. I don't know. I think they tore it down now, but that was
That was
see how
creepy.
I don't know if you can see it there, but the barbed wire pointed in.
Stay in and write
You're
your
not going
records.
anywhere. Yeah.
So did you go?
Yeah,
to
see, you can kind of tell.
what?
But that's his house. That was his house. And see, everything around it was all built up, but there it is. I think it's
Wow.
gone now.
That's a creepy looking
Look at that
house.
car, too, right in front. It's got to be his car. It's
The
gotta be.
barbed wire. You're right. It goes inward to keep people in the
I
house.
know,
What
it's
the
totally
fuck
crazy.
is that?
I know.
Was that?
I would see him walking around the neighborhood. I would see him like at the drugstore buying stupid shit, And he just lived. That neighborhood was really cool. I loved it. I would go on long walks, and it was a really great place to live. And I think it's kind of been ruined now. There he is, Anton LaVey. Never met him. Never went in the house.
Were you already? Church of Satan? Oh my God! Were you already sober at this point when you made this move?
No, I still drank.
Okay,
Stuff like that. But
that's creepy.
I was kind of leaning towards that. I would go long periods of time where I didn't do anything.
Yeah,
But then I gave it up completely. So I think it's better.
yeah. What?
Better for me.
What records should you start writing when you moved there?
I had a lot of stuff already written, and that went on the Osborne record. And then Bullhead, I wrote. This was the first. Bullhead was probably the first one I wrote fully there.
Okay.
I think I might have written some of that before, but I'm gonna look at those songs. Yeah, I think I wrote all that in San Francisco.
Okay.
Pretty sure.
This
I came out about 90, I think.
This came out in 91, correct?
90, 91. But I think I recorded it in 90.
Okay. Nice.
And then we did, what did you do after that? Lysol, I think.
Lysol, okay.
And then we were signed to Atlantic.
So it was Lysol that got you signed to the major.
No, what got us signed to a major was Nirvana exploding.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. They every majors took everything and even remotely was even close.
We were already making a living playing music before
Okay.
that stuff exploded. So
Yeah.
I was already not working. And then it exploded, and then I never would have got signed to a major, I don't think. But people think, well, that's what made you guys, where you're at. But I was already doing fairly well before.
How many years were you already full time with the band?
88. It's been about 88. So
Okay.
it's well before Nirvana. Yeah.
Making this is my career.
Well, what happened was we put out the Osborne record in '88, and we got our first royalty check, which gave me and Dale each about $3,000.
Congratulations.
Right, and so that was an incredible amount of money. It's the most money I'd ever had.
Yeah, it is, dude. Fuck
And,
yeah, $3,000. Holy
And
shit.
so we said, let's see if we can just quit our jobs and just see how long we can make this work.
So after the first check, that's when you guys wait. Let's fucking quit our jobs.
Quit our jobs and just see how long we can go without having to go until we can't pay our rent.
Yeah.
And I haven't had a job since. So, that's it. But I think until you jump off the cliff like that, and then you're forced to start hustling.
You got to jump off the cliff. People won't jump off the cliff, man.
It's scary.
It is.
But I mean, I've always figured, what's the worst that could happen? I have to get a job. So what? I always had jobs. Didn't bother me.
Yeah.
I don't really want to work. I'd rather do this full time. But if I have to work a job, I haven't had a job since 1988. So if I have to get a job now, well, that's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
It's almost 40 years,
Almost.
with no job
Fuck, dude,
to speak of, and nobody underwriting what I'm doing, So I think people can look at it however they want to, but I'm a professional musician. That's all I ever wanted to do. That's it. So mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished. And you guys.
I don't look at people and go like, "Oh, this guy's rich and I'm not," I don't have millions of dollars. I don't look at the world like that.
Yeah.
I'm not a jealous or like, fuck them, they're just some rich asshole. It's like, I don't fault somebody for money. I don't, there's plenty of people that are poor that are fucking assholes too. So.
Oh, 100%. Dude.
So it's like
100%.
nobody has the asshole market cornered by any means.
Yeah, I've always found it weird when people would say that you're bitter of other people's successes because people don't even know that you got asked to join Nirvana, and you said no.
I didn't.
You sure?
No, I didn't.
I follow your gut. I have the book right here that I read it in.
Well, then it must be true.
Okay.
What book?
This.
No, I've never read that book, but that is absolute bullshit.
It's a
Total absolute bullshit.
It's a Dave Grohl quote.
That's not true. Well, it's not true.
Really?
No, they never asked me.
So from what the quote says, it literally in black where I'm reading them, oh shit, that's weird. First they wanted a second guitar player.
Nope, they never said a word to me about that. It's absolute nonsense.
And they said they first asked Steve for Mudhoney, and they claimed, well, I guess now it's claimed, and allegedly, apparently, because we can't believe what we read anymore. And they said, well, Dave Grohl says, at least that's what that book fucking says, that they asked him first, and he said no. Then they said they asked you, and you said no. And that's how they got Pat Smear.
Total bullshit.
Wow.
That is total bullshit. Nobody in their camp ever asked me to do anything like that with them.
Really?
No. Nonsense.
So once we put up this podcast, I'm gonna take a picture of the thing and where the interview was taken from. It was a interview from France in February in 19.
It could be. They could have misquoted him. Mm-hmm.
Sure.
I mean, I haven't. Like, if you look at the Wikipedia page for me, 70% of that's bullshit. Total bullshit, and I don't fix it.
Yeah.
Just leave it, so
Yeah.
people can figure out whatever they want, whatever they think. 70% of that is not true. Now, there might be some kernels of truth in there.
Gold hidden underneath all the shit.
Maybe it's like they might have something, but I'm not going to say. But they might say something, and they'll go, "Well, that's kind of true."
Okay,
but that's not 100. That's not really the truth, you know. So if I go by like what my own influence is or my experience with the internet and the truth of the internet, then how can you believe anything?
Yeah,
you know.
exactly.
I'd say you can maybe believe 20% or 30% of Wikipedia, whatever it says about certain people. I mean, I don't know who does this. It's certainly not me.
Who the fuck?
I have no idea,
dude. Because there's shit.
I have nothing to do with it, and so whatever they put on there, they're putting it on there themselves, and it has nothing to do with me. But I'm not going to fix it.
Yeah,
I'd rather let people think whatever they want. You know.
Wow. And
well, just like with what you did with the book, I've had journalists do that to me so many times. Well, no, that's not true. It's like, bitch, I was there.
Yeah.
What are you fucking talking about?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, Buzz.
That's not true. They're like, it's like, okay, you're right. I don't know. What the fuck do I know? You know?
It's just funny how people have an opinion when they weren't there and you were actually there.
They believe it. So
that's the reality. Well, Buzz, I'm here to learn, man. So I guess
it's not your fault. You read it in a book. Of course you think it's true. Why wouldn't you? Huh?
What else did I fucking read and that's not even true?
Oh, lots of stuff.
Oh, gosh.
Well, Nietzsche talks about politicians. He says everything they say is a lie, and every bit of money they use, they got from somebody else. So there you go. If you just use that, I think he's right. You know, if you use that as an example about what is it, it's like I had Shirley Temple because my girlfriend, her mom was Shirley Temple. She said to me in relation to politics, this is in the 80s, she goes, how much do you think you know?
Yeah.
You don't know anything. Mm-hmm. You know what they're telling you. That's it. You don't know the truth. What the fuck is the truth, you know? Right. How much do you think you know? You're basing your opinion on what, 10% of the truth?
Wow.
You know? Are you?
That's a great quote right there.
It's like, I love, how much do you think you know? Shirley was right. How much do you think you know?
And the problem
they're feeding you shit, and then you think you know. Oh, well, then you're basing your opinion on what they're telling you. It's like,
sure.
Well, how do you know? You don't know.
I think the problem is
you have to be smarter than that.
Yeah.
You have to think outside the box all the time.
all the time.
Otherwise, you're just going to be another stupid idiot just doing whatever, being manipulated by the evil people that do that for whatever reason. We're never going to know what the truth is. Maybe 100 years from now.
We will never know. I think
you know what they're telling you. You know what they're telling you.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
I relate it to where we're in a small little band, right? It's like we can't even grasp this thing. the idea that we can even grasp something like politics is like, dude, that's like impossible. We'll never know how the world goes round.
It's a massive manipulation.
Yeah.
Don't fall prey to it.
That's it. Don't
do it. It's a mistake. Don't choose sides. It's a fucking mistake. You know, you're playing their game. Why would you want to be involved in that? I don't. I want nothing to do with it. Fuck those people.
Yeah. So how do you? So, I mean, I guess the only way to find truth is you have to literally see a video of the person saying it in long form.
Maybe it's true. Maybe it's not true. I mean, you can manipulate. You can manipulate video.
Well, now you can.
Right. They always have been able to manipulate what people see. You know.
Yeah.
It's never not been the case. So, and then as it gets passed along, it gets changed.
It gets changed.
You know. So then, what is the truth? I don't know.
So
I don't know.
In your opinion, Buzz, if someone, because, you know, people like me, I'm sure you could look back at an era where you weren't there. But how do you? But you have this connection with the instrument. You know, I want to find out more about this thing. You want to find out more about what you do. So you look back on history. How do you? So for me, Buzz, like I wasn't there in the 80s or 90s. All I have is these books, and I know other people feel the same way. So how do you find things that are
Just do your best.
True? Just do your best.
Do your best. You know?
Okay.
Take it with a grain of salt. It's the best thing you can do.
Mike, I read.
I mean, like especially like famous musicians, they're not going to tell you everything.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Yeah.
You know, there's all kinds of embarrassing shit they don't want anybody to know. You know. So
In court.
why are they going to tell you? You know, you know what they tell you.
Yeah.
Just like with the media. You know.
Yeah.
No different. To me, anyway. I mean, my tax guy says to me, he goes, "Why do you worry about things you have no control over?"
Yeah.
I'm like, right. Just worry about what you can control. Don't worry about all this esoteric shit.
Yeah.
It's just going to drive you crazy. Right.
I feel crazy now.
Right.
I just asked you a dumb question. I feel pretty like.
That's not a dumb question. It's in the book.
It's in the fuck.
You know? I mean, I have said over and over and over and over that most of that stuff especially about Nirvana, isn't true. Nobody listens to me.
No, which I took, actually, Buzz, I took that from you. When I see, well, one, not even about this scene in particular, but whenever I see any kind of documentary, I'm like, okay, cool, it's a great show, but I don't believe that. So my truth, Buzz, is, okay, maybe I could read a book. So there's no weirdness. Okay, I see the words hope. I thought up until like 10 minutes ago, oh, this is true. This is only words. There's no weird propaganda around the 90s or Nirvana or grunge. This is, and apparently, even that can't be trusted.
Maybe this guy believes that, or girl, whoever wrote it. And maybe it was an interview. Maybe Dave Grohl did say that. I don't know, but I know it's not true. You know?
Oh my gosh.
He very well may have said it, but maybe it's taken out of context. I don't know. You know? I mean, look, if you go through every interview I've ever done, I'm sure I contradict myself here and there or say...
We all do.
Change it. So
Yeah, sure.
I don't know. I've done hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of interviews.
Yeah.
I can't be spot on perfect every time. Shouldn't be expected to.
No.
It's like...
No, we're all... No,
I mean, the fiction is always better than the truth anyway.
It could be more exciting.
I like that
sometimes.
idea. Yes, I was asked to join Nirvana, and I said, there's no fucking way I'm going to do it.
Yeah. Well, now I read like, so there's like this series. That's a series because there's people that are dead. Like they have a series on Hendrix, a series on John Lennon. So it's like basically like the person on. It's just a book on all their interviews, and it's a lot. I'm like, now I'm kind of questioning what the fuck I just read.
Well, you know, straight up interviews. I know that there's straight up interviews I've done that came out in print that I know I did not say that way.
Yeah.
That's not that I sort of said that, but that's not exactly what I said all the time. All the time. So I just leave it. I let the internet have a life of its own, you know?
Yeah.
Just don't worry about it. You know? Oh, that was what I looked like when I was trying to find a job. You know?
That's why Burger King said no.
And it was before that.
Oh, yeah. It was before that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
If I had to do over again, I would just quit high school. I wouldn't even finish. No way. I'd quit after ninth grade. I hated it. I think it's a waste of time, personally. Even college is a waste of time.
So you're not proud that you graduated?
I couldn't care less. Not at all. I think
cool.
I literally was a waste of time for me. I could have done something more productive in that amount of time.
Yeah, like rocking.
I don't know, something other than sitting in a fucking school. I never wanted to go to college. It just seemed like more bullshit to me, I mean, if you want to make money as a career, become a plumber. Those guys make a lot of money,
Yeah.
Go and get a humanities degree from from Ivy League. What are you gonna? Good luck, I never wanted to go to school. I hated school. Hated the people that went to school. I hated the teachers.
It was a small town. Like it was like a 4,000
2,000.
population. 2,000. Well, probably then, yeah, it was probably 2,000.
I don't know how many it is now, but it's 2,000 when I was there. I don't like small town anywhere.
Yeah.
So,
Everyone knows you. Like,
they're up your ass about everything. They're just, and like,
So
I was
as a
talking
tele-
about Southern hospitality. It's like down south, they're just nosy pricks.
yeah.
That's not nice.
People in general are nosy as fuck, dude.
It's like, and they're rude. I don't need to tell you everything.
It's like who's that guy with the crazy hair, man?
Oh, I get that all the time. Is that your real hair? It's not even my real head.
At this point, is anything real? I don't know anymore.
Why do you have your hair cut like that? I go, it's not cut at all.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Cut?
I don't remember the last time I had a haircut. You just let it go, dude.
I don't care. I was like my wife said, you don't have a job. Don't worry about it. Do whatever you want. It's like, right.
It's sick, dude.
Yeah.
Did you? I've always appreciated, Buzz, how you really bands always seem to respect you, and you always went on the beat of your own drum. It's cool.
Yeah. I mean, that's nice of them.
You always done your own thing. Even when you signed to a major, did you? Yeah, you probably didn't even switch your mind. Oh, we're just gonna write another record.
I never thought it would work. So
Really? Okay.
No.
It's like,
I thought they'll do one album and then we'll be done.
they did 3, right?
And they
Atlantic?
ended up doing 3. Which nobody was more surprised than me. So
The first was Houdini.
Houdini, Stoner Witch, and Stag. I
Yeah.
really liked my experience doing that. We made a little bit of money, but not a ton of money. I mean, I probably made off of those enough to pay my bills for about 6 months. Probably by the time out of the money. Once we split it up and paid taxes on it, I probably had maybe if I was very frugal, about a year maybe. That, without buying a car or something.
Yeah.
It wasn't like I got millions of dollars or anything.
Did Garth come in later on?
Yeah, after we fired Cobain.
Okay, so I was curious if like you got Garth Richardson first, and then
No, we got him second.
Second, okay.
Fired Cobain, then got Garza to finish up the record. But now we work with this guy Toshi Kasai, and we've worked with him for over 20 years. And
nice, dude.
I love working with him. He's great. So I feel much more comfortable doing that.
Usually, when you have a producer for a period of time, you kind of want to switch. So why? Seems like you just stayed with it. Just comfort or just trust.
Well, I kind of have to make this work, so I can't. The amount of money that we spend on records, it's like, okay, records don't sell.
Yeah.
So the idea of spending a massive amount of money on a producer makes no sense.
Yeah.
Why would you do it? And it's like, we know what we're doing. People don't like it. It's not because of the way it sounds.
Yeah.
I could go with some do-nothing producer and have them make a bunch of money on the record and pay them tens of thousands of dollars and then end up with what? Would it be better?
Yeah.
Maybe, but what is good? It's arbitrary.
What is good?
Right. One of my favorite sounding records, or one of my favorite records, is that Bad Brains ROIR comp,
Yeah.
And it's like it's by production value, it's terrible production, but it's a fucking great record.
It's a great record.
So there it is. Yeah, that record is really, really good. And does it sound like it did in some high class studio? No, not at all. It sounds like they spent nothing on it. Does it matter? No. It's really good. I wouldn't change a thing.
Yeah.
You know?
What makes a great record?
I don't know. Why do people like what they like? Why do some guys like women that look one way and women look another way? There's just no way to know.
So you know. Okay.
No, it's arbitrary. You know. What is good? Well, you know.
No one knows.
I think that's good. I think there's a lot of records I really love. There's high production value on a lot of records, like, you know, something like a Dark Side of the Moon. I think sounds really good, and I always enjoy that. Pink Floyd. But there's other records that I don't have to have. That's a great sounding record. I like that record top to bottom. You know, it's really good. It's one of their best ones.
Did you listen to it sober?
I've listened to it since I was a kid. You know?
Every state?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tons of times. I love Pink Floyd. I think they're fucking great. Pink Floyd's really good. But I love all Throbbing Gristle, Pink Floyd, you know, just across the board. I'm not, you know, The Doors, you know, just Led Zeppelin, Sex Pistols, you know, Black Flag.
You're all over the place, dude.
Captain Beefheart, you know, all that stuff. Tom Waits, Amy Winehouse, you know. I love Amy Winehouse. I didn't really get into her until I watched a documentary about her, and then I was just like, oh my God, like a few years, like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And she's one of my favorites. Oh my God, I think that song, "Love's a Losing Game," I think is probably one of my favorite songs ever. That's a fucking amazing song. You know, she's like unbelievable. And what I would have really loved to see was her do a record with Tom Waits. I think that would have been great. I think she's just phenomenal.
Should we crank the chorus? Is what's the part?
What now?
What's like the part here? Chorus, verse.
This song.
So a whole.
That's
song.
one of my favorite songs ever. You know. I think it's unbelievable. I think the lyrics.
Love is a
the way
losing
she
game.
does it. Oh my God! It's just one of my favorite songs. I would say it's in my top 10 favorite songs ever, you know, easily. And right up next to it is Joan Baez, "Diamonds and Rust."
Okay.
Which Judas Priest did a cover of.
Really?
They
Sick.
did an amazing cover of it. The "Diamonds and Rust" is fucking great song. Just you read it, or you listen to it, and the lyrics are so good. It's just so sad, you know, what she went through. You know, it's unbelievable.
Well, I'll be damned.
I think she's phenomenal, and that's one of my favorite songs ever. Now play the Judas Priest version. The Priest version is really good. It's really good. Play the live Unleashing the East. You know. But the Priests are one of my favorites too.
Is this it?
Especially
Buzz?
Unleashing. No, there's just to play the record Unleashing the East. There it is. Diamonds and Rust. Their version of this is fucking phenomenal. You know. I think Unleashing the East is the greatest heavy metal record ever made.
Really?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
I think they are the best for that kind of heavy metal. Nobody ever did it better. You know, that record is top notch, top to bottom. But they did such a great version of this. Oh my God, so good.
You would never guess it was a
That's
cover.
Joan Baez. You know.
Huh.
Yeah, I interviewed Rob and asked him about it. You know, and he's like, "Oh my God, I love Joan Baez." You know, just talking about
Dude. What year did this record come out, you think?
70s.
Oh, it's 79.
Yeah. That record to me is the best, like I said, the best heavy metal record ever made, I think. It's got Green Manalishi, which is a Peter Green song from Fleetwood Mac. Yeah. Green Manalishi is an unbelievable song. You know, and the original of that is fucking haunted, man. Oh my God.
Really?
Oh my God. It's such a good Green Manalishi with play the yeah.
Oh, that art is
Green Manalishi is amazing. But Peter Green was phenomenal, you know. This song is so great. And then Judas Priest did a cover of this.
Really?
That's fabulous.
That's why they're goats. That's why they're goated.
Yep. But he sings and plays guitar on this, and it's just, ZZ Top is kind of like blues-based happy music.
Yeah.
He's like not happy music. It's like,
that's my favorite music.
Yeah. Oh, I love this. This is just
The tone's sick.
Peter Green is, he did Black Magic Woman, Oh Well, Rattlesnake Shake, dead now, but I saw him probably not long. Well, it was a few years before he died, but it was pretty crazy. He's pretty out of it. So. Happy I got to see him. So
Yeah.
That was cool.
Did you ever meet Thomas Sowell?
No, never. No, I wish.
That would have been sick.
There he is. There's Peter Green. I think he went kind of nuts off his rocker. I think he spent time in a mental institution. But those songs
died in July 2020.
But it's like Peter
during
Green.
COVID's tragic.
It's like the song to me. I don't know what it was actually about, but Green Manalishi. I think Manalishi is like a devil, but it's his devil, Peter Green Manalishi.
Yeah.
That's what I always thought, and I think he said it was about money. But I can't believe you need my love so bad. It's fucking great. I mean,
beautiful,
oh
man.
my God. I just think that songs like that are just, I'll never tire of that stuff.
No.
But it's just so tortured and
69. Boom.
means so much to me. I think it's fucking unbelievable stuff. I think he was second to none. And I think the guy from Metallica bought his original guitar, who he had sold to Gary Moore, who played in Thin Lizzy. And then when he died, his estate, I believe, sold it to Kirk Hammett. There it is. That's a Peter Green guitar, and I think he paid $2 million for it or something.
$2 million,
Something like that.
for a guitar.
Because, and I met him, and he had the guitar, and I got to hold it, and then I go, did you get into Peter Green as a result of Judas Priest? He says, oh yeah, same as me. Right.
So it's kind of one of those guitars where I have to own this.
Well, he's got the money for it.
$2 million.
But it's a Peter Green. I understand why he would want it.
Yeah.
It's like, that's Peter Green's guitar. He wrote all this crazy stuff on it, and he gets it. He understands why it's important. And, there's so many other stupid things you could spend your money on, but that is a piece to me of, it's almost like finding the Holy Grail or having the Ark of the Covenant or something.
Yeah.
It's Peter Green's guitar.
Is there any guitars that you would want to own? It's like, oh, this is this guitar.
Oh, I'd love to have a Pete Townshend guitar.
Ooh, did you ever meet him?
No. I'm terrible at networking.
Yeah.
Well,
just
one of the ones he had in the 70s, a Les Paul. It's a Les Paul Deluxe with a DiMarzio pickup in the middle. There it is. One like that. It's got two switches. I don't know what I've never played. No, there's another ones that have numbers on them. There you go. See how it's got two switches at the back by the numbers? Yeah. And then it's a deluxe. So those are mini humbuckers in Les Pauls. They made them in the 70s. They might still make them. But then he put a DiMarzio pickup in the middle.
Okay.
And I don't know what those other switches do. I have no idea.
Okay.
But I would love to have one of those. I think Gibson reissued those, but they're about $12,000, which is a little out of my price range.
Wow, dude.
But I love that guitar. And then a buddy of mine, good friend of mine, gave me look up the Pete Townshend Gibson reissue of the Woodstock SG. A buddy of mine gave me one of those, and that thing is it's a reissue. It might be it on the. I don't see it. There he is playing it at Woodstock. There, that one, right there. Yeah, that's it. But they reissued that. Gibson reissued that. That one looks a little different. Looks has it? No, it's about like that.
Was he wearing the white jumpsuit during Woodstock?
Yeah. Oh yeah. They're my favorite band easily. I think he's a severely underrated guitar player. No, great songwriter. Unbelievable.
He's definitely one of the best rhythm players of all time.
I think I think all around
cross genre.
Great guitar player.
And not metal, not rock, and it's just cross genre.
Monstrous. Nobody's better.
Yeah, I tried playing some of the songs. Oh, this is not as easy as it sounds or looks.
He's really good. He never talks about guitar. Yeah, something like that. But a buddy of mine gave me one of those.
Sick, dude.
I love it. That's one of my favorite guitars I've ever had because of him. It plays great. I've used it on a ton of records, ton of our records, ton. I don't even know how many. There it is.
Dang.
2 P90s sounds really good. I'd love to have one of the other ones, but that was a gift. So I didn't get that fancy case though with it. But I didn't get that picture of him either. But but I love it. I've used it a ton of records, ton. I just sold a bunch of guitars, but I would never sell that guitar. No way would I sell that guitar.
You think he still has it?
No, he broke it.
Yeah,
he threw it in the audience at Woodstock.
Oh yeah, it was that one. Yeah, he just like it's like a
just tosses it.
Just,
Yeah.
just
And the story I heard was that the roadies went and stole it back because they kept smashing guitars and they wanted it back because it still worked.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know if that's true.
Yeah,
I wouldn't doubt it.
Legendary. I'm surprised you guys never crossed paths.
There he is. He's about to smash it. He's gonna bash it on the ground. Turn it up. He's getting great sounds out of it. Oh, watch this. He pounds it on the ground. It's really cool. This is the Kids Are All Right movie. So much for the peace and love generation. Watch. This is really good. Right at the very end of the song. And when he hits a guitar on the ground, it's the best sound. Wait till you hear how cool this sounds. There we go.
Oh, yeah, he has like a bang rate. It's like
Listen to this. Listen when he pounds it on the ground. Listen how cool it sounds.
fuck yeah, Pete.
Listen to this. He unplugs it. Oh, I love that. Yeah. Now here comes the best part. And into the audience. Oh my God! I just think he's so great.
Shout out to Pete Townshend, man, legend.
Oh my God, he's my fave. Yeah.
Well, Buzz, to close it off, I know,
Yep.
I know, you got to run. Something that you said about writing music, because I know a lot of artists struggle with like writer's block, etc. And I heard you talk about if you're ever feeling that way, you just go back to listen to the songs that got you there. So basically, you would play songs that
just play songs.
Just play
Beatles songs or stuff just to get you going.
Oh, okay.
And then I fall into it, and I do a lot of weird tunings and stuff like that. Just I figured out myself, just strange, odd tunings, and then that helps too. Get you thinking in a different direction.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid of anything like that. People think, oh, you have to have standard tuning. No, you don't. You can do whatever you want.
You do whatever you want.
Yeah. I don't want to play like people like, Steve Vai, or I mean, so be it. I mean, I saw Steve Vai play with Zappa, and that was good. But I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I have no interest in practicing stuff I'm never going to play,
Yeah.
Doesn't interest me at all. My favorite guitar players are, like I would, other than the people we talked about, or like Ted Falconi from Flipper, or Roland S. Howard,
Of course.
guys like that,
So just experiment with like different tunings and play some
there
songs.
He is, Ted Falconi. He's one of my favorites.
That's a beautiful Fender. Holy moly!
God knows what it is.
Oh yeah, it might.
They're one of my favorites. Flipper, fucking amazing, unbelievable. Ted did two tours of Vietnam.
Wow, did he? Mm-hmm. Holy crap, dude.
Yep.
He went to Vietnam.
Yeah, he did.
Is it kind of a trip for you how Flipper was one of your favorite bands, and for their second record, their reissue that they invited you to write liner notes?
Yeah, I loved it. Yeah.
Man, your favorite band gave you the stamp, dude. That's sick.
Yeah. We did a record with them, with Ted and it was great.
When you get the stamp,
wrote
dude.
some new songs. Wrote a new song for him.
Nice. That looks like a Fender. That's dope.
It's a Fender-ish. I don't know if it's a Fender. It might be a Fender. Probably.
Ish, yeah.
But I like guitar players like that, or I like, Butthole Surfers, or, Paul Leary.
Yeah.
Him. Roland S. Howard. Guys like that, Bottle Surfers are always good.
Bottle
Paul Leary is
Surfers.
severely underrated guitar player. Severely,
Is this cymbal on fire?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Bottle Surfers are amazing. I love 90% of the stuff they did, It's a pretty good record. Or guys like Andy Gill from, Gang of Four.
Yeah.
That's the kind of thing. Yeah, him. He's dead now. I think COVID killed him. I think
Oh, really?
I think so.
Fuck, that sucks, man.
But his guitar playing
Gang of
on
Four.
on the Gang of Four Solid Gold album, that's one of my favorite fucking records.
Nice.
Solid Gold, I would highly recommend it. It's just never heard anything like it. That one, yeah.
That's a
Song
cover.
called Paralyzed. Play a bit of Paralyzed.
Yeah, let's close it off with Paralyzed.
Yeah. That's one of my favorites. It starts with drums. Yeah. But his guitar playing is so angular. It's so good.
That's a word. Angular.
What I love about these guys is they're all in their own little space.
Yeah.
Like they're not following, like the bass player's not following the guitar player,
Yeah.
Listen. This was one of our biggest influences, like especially on the Ozma record,
Yeah.
This record. I think it's our best record. Everybody likes Entertainment. I like this one more, But that kind of guitar playing, it's so thought out. Mm-hmm. I love it. Or Adrian Belew or guys like that,
It's kind of off time. Is that off time?
Oh, yeah.
What the hell is happening?
I'm going to have a big stop.
That's where you got that from.
It's fucking amazing,
This makes you just want to bang your head.
Huh?
This makes you just want to bang your head like this.
Oh, my God.
I heard you say, Buzz, let the wrong notes ring out.
Yeah,
And that
absolutely.
kind of like the wrong notes kind of is.
Yeah, those guys are phenomenal musicians, I think,
Okay.
And that kind of thing is but what has inspired me more than probably just as much as anything else. Live, they're unbelievable. Yeah.
Gang of Four.
Yeah. There they are.
Sick.
I think he's a phenomenally great guitar player and very, very, very much an inspiration for me,
That's great, man.
All right, man.
Buzz, did we anything that we missed? Anything
No.
that you want out there? You got a new record
New
dropping.
album, Thunderball. We got an album with Napalm Death, Savage Imperial Death March, and I'm working on a new one. There's Thunderball.
You're always working on a new one.
Very big. I'm a very big James Bond fan. I always
Really?
wanted to call Thunderball a record Thunderball. Yeah,
Nice, man.
I love James Bond, especially the new guy. What's his name? Can't think of his name, but Daniel Craig. I think Casino Royale is one of my favorite James Bonds ever. And you know what I love on that? It's a good way to end. Is the Chris Cornell James Bond theme that he did for that movie? I think is one of the best, if not the best, James Bond theme.
Really?
Oh my God, it's so good. It's one of my favorite songs ever, too. Do you know what you get?
Oh, that's beautiful.
But the lyrics are fucking amazing in this. Like,
Yeah.
it's coming up. Arm yourself because no one else here will save you. Right?
Wow.
I love that.
Rest in peace, Chris, man. So
This is, I think, one of my favorite things he ever did. And I love that the whole animation at the beginning is so fucking good.
Yeah, it's just sick.
It's a great movie.
The art is amazing.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Buzz, thank you for
Thank you so much.
your time, man. Appreciate it. Honor, man.
My pleasure.
Thank you. All right, everyone. That's it. Later.